We are now down 632 points for the Dow Jones Industrials. We are seeing some real momentum to the downside. Let's bring in two more names. These are guys who buy and sell and get involved in these kinds of things. Greg Luken of Luken Investment Analytics has $1 billion in assets, and we are joined by Alan Rechtschaffen as well. Alan, give me your sense of a day like this. You're always kind of upbeat and optimistic about holding on to stocks even through tough times. This is a pretty tough time.
Yeah, what we have to fear is fear itself. And if you have a shift to focusing on vulnerabilities, you can have markets react this way. And that can build on itself. So when you look at all the things that are going on, if you focus on the problems, this is what can happen. And you can have a real shift in the market atmosphere.
Well, Greg Luken, on a day like this, what are you doing? What are you saying to your clients? What is your activity?
I think the advice to focus on your vulnerabilities is great advice. Thanks for having me on, Liz.
Sure.
Good to be with you. So looking at those sectors or those stocks that have been down heavily already this year, some of them aren't down heavily today, but going into the end of the year, we're likely to see kind of an avalanche, a herd effect into tax loss selling. So those names that have been hit harder, some of the industrials, those kind of names, the home builders, are likely to get hit even harder. And that may present some opportunities when it's time to do some last-minute Christmas shopping, but not yet.
I'm glad you just put that into perspective here. And Alan, as we look at what is cheaper today, people were upset that Apple was too expensive at $200+. Well, it's certainly cheaper today, and in fact, it's down another 4 or 5%. Is that something where you would say, look, find what you love, what you have loved but felt was too expensive, and scoop up a little?
I mean, I think there's a concern about leadership. We have to find a place where the value stocks take over. And when you have a sell-off like this, and you also have value stocks going down, you have oil prices going down, it can be concerning. But the fact of the matter is the economy, the backdrop of this economy is extremely good. That can shift if the players in the economy, us, if we don't feel good, we can be self-fulfilling. And there's a lot of vulnerabilities, including the politics that you described before, and including a number of other factors that can change the animal spirits to not be as positive as they have been.
Uh-oh, what's going on at UBS when Alan's, because Alan always has a smile and says, yay. I listened to this because, Scott Bauer, it looks like we might close at the lows of the session, and it has been an ugly session all hour long, but right now we're down about 616, not quite there yet.
Well, you know, the last 4 weeks, Liz, it's been that last hour of the day that really has, been kind of the telltale. And today, it's nobody, or at least the traders that are here today, they don't want to go home anywhere near long today. And in fact, are actually taking some short positions. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's what's going on right now. And I think that there's so much, again, some contagion fear out there, the risk of what's going on with Brexit. Yeah. And then, what just came out from Jay Clayton as well, that certainly doesn't help the situation. It does help at the fact that he wants the disclosure, then that's a great thing. But it definitely adds some fear to this marketplace right now.
Greg, one of the names that you like is cheaper right now, and that is Amazon. Would you be scooping up some here?
I would. When you look at the NASDAQ 100, those big companies, Amazon, Alphabet, Facebook, Google.
Okay, thanks.
They're down close to their 200-day moving average. This is a great place to pick them up.
We'll finish with Charlie Gasparino. Charlie, we're about to hear that closing bell. What do you glean from a session like this?
I don't think we should glean too much. I mean, this is a day trade. It's a market puke on existential factors. That, by the way, that may not be back tomorrow. I mean, we'll be on a different narrative. I think the bigger issues are: do the tax going forward? Do the tax cuts work? Do deficits blow out? And if they do, we're getting higher interest rates, and we are going to get the dollar's going to go up.
Charlie, I hate to break it to you, General Electric, $7.99 on the trade, just passing on the ticker right now.
Well, that's us. That's our story.
Well, $7.99 for GE, below $8.